I'm the manager here, and I've worked for Vault of Midnight for a little over 5 years now. Curtis and Steve, who opened the shop in 1996, they loved comics and wanted to go into business, so they created a small little shop in Ann Arbor, Michigan. That shop has moved 4 times, but it still exists in Ann Arbor. It's been around for 22 years now. And then we expanded to Grand Rapids 5 years ago and Detroit 2.5 years ago. Everybody who works for Vault of Midnight loves everything about comics and about this geeky world that we live in and wants to share it with everybody who comes in. There's one of the things that I like to say around the shop is just that there's a comic for everybody.
I was really into the Tick when I was like an adolescent, teenager kid, and I remember that feeling of being like, but it's even more awesome when it's an adult. Somebody's like, I've never read a comic book. Can you show me something? I give them a comic book. They're like, thanks, I appreciate it. They come back the next day. They got that look in their eye where they feel like a kid again, and they're just like, I need more. Can you show me where this is? Like, you know what? Then they finish that, and they're like, what do I do next?
I always had the potential to be a huge nerd, but I never was super nerdy until I was in my 20s. So I've just grown with Vault of Midnight, I feel like, in particular.
I want to get to a point where we don't call it geek culture, where this is just the norm. You know, people go to the comic book store, they don't think anything of it. Like, this is a comic shop. It's like, you know, like if somebody's like, oh, you're a comic book person. It's like, I don't know, if somebody goes to a movie theater and nobody calls them like, oh, you're a movie theater person, you know? And I'm like, well, oh, you're a Netflix person, you know? I think we can all find stories in everything, in every medium. I can read a novel, I can watch a TV show, I can go see a play, and it's not a big deal. And I think people should be able to go to a comic book store and it'd be the same exact experience.
Honestly, the only thing that I wish to see is more people getting it being more acceptable to thoroughly love the things that you love. I want more people to read comics. That's really what it always comes down to, is I want everyone to be able to sit down with a comic and like actually enjoy themselves. So.
A lot of people come here on a Wednesday, they treat it like it's church. It's like this is the thing they do every week. Every Wednesday they come in, they get their new comics, and they take them home and they read them. And then the next day or next week they tell me, they go, dude, did you read Punisher? I'm like, yeah, I read it. They go, wasn't it awesome? Yes, it was. You know, that's what I love about this job.
My favorite thing to happen is helping a little kid pick out their first comic. It's a magical experience. They actually just released the trailer for Captain Marvel, who is my personal favorite superhero, and the sales of her books have gone up because everyone's like, who is this hero? We don't know who she is. But I know who she is, and I will help you learn who she is. She's a good person, and she's flawed, which I appreciate. You know, she's gone through a lot of stuff in her life. I'm super excited to see her on the big screen. She's been an inspiration and an awesome hero for me to read and follow. So.
I will read anything with Dr. Doom. I don't care if it's bad or good or whatever. Like, he's just an interesting character, you know. And Fantastic Four, there's that's like such a great team. I love the family aspect of it. I'm reading the new Fantastic Four and I love it. When the Fantastic Four disappeared for a few years, Dr. Doom did this thing where he wanted to kind of right his wrongs, and he decided to become the new Iron Man for a couple of years. You know, Iron Man was gone and Fantastic Four were gone, and he wanted to try to, just do good. And that was interesting.
To me, the Marvel Universe seems really close to our universe. And it almost seems like just anyone could be a superhero. You've got like the X-Men, the mutants, and you've got the Inhumans. You look at like Ms. Marvel and Moon Girl, they're both heroes that were just like ordinary kids, and then actually they're Inhumans, and now they have superpowers. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's some heavy hitters on DC's side that there's some stuff on DC's side that I don't know if anything on Marvel can even compete with, you know? So, but yeah, I feel like as a whole, I guess I gotta say Marvel.